Hey guys, it's Nicole. Welcome back to Chronicles of a Crafter. So I've zoomed you guys in really close just to see this little thing that I've made right here. Guys, it's almost fall. Like, I am so excited for fall. I don't even know how to express it other than to create something. So here, let me zoom you guys back out. I'm working on my tonic glass mat here, and basically what I'm doing today, I'm just playing with ink and I don't know, alcohol inks, embossing, just whatever I can get my hands on. It's a stress-free Saturday, guys. Let's just do something stress-free. So here it is, what I've done so far. I've made this little cute little it's a glossy glossy finish to this little wood leaf. It's a maple leaf, I believe, and yeah, I picked these up at the Dollar Tree, of course. I got them in a pack of 10, so here's the rest of them. I can make these for days, okay, and then string them all together and I don't know, hang them from the rooftops. I don't know, but anyway, they come with this little pile of burlap string, and I guess you can string each individually and probably hang them from, if you guys have an all year tree, so it's not a Christmas tree, it's an all year tree. I know my son, his mom, not my son's mom, I'm my son's mom, my son's best friend's mom, they kept up a tree all year long. So at Christmas time, it was a Christmas tree. At Valentine's Day, it was a Valentine's tree. St. Patty's Day came around, they decorated it for St. Patty's Day. So yeah, every holiday or every you know, change of season or what have you, they decorated this one tree that they kept up all year long. I know some people have started that tradition and it works for their family, and I think that if you guys do have an all year long tree, let me know down in the comments. I would love to know what do you do you decorate for Halloween? Do you put up all Halloween decorations and then take it all back down again because we're still in fall, and then redecorate it for fall? So yeah, just let me know down in the comments. I would love to know which ones of you still do that or have started that tradition. So yeah, anyway, I have this stack of 10 maple leaves, and this is what I've done to one of them. So what I basically did, I took the maple leaf, inked around the edges, right? So now we're at this stage, okay? So if you want, you could stop right there, but I didn't, okay? I took it to the next level, guys, because I'm crazy like that. Took it to the next level and I embossed it. So I don't have an embossing dauber. What I did was I grabbed this is some generic embossing ink. It's transparent, and basically it works just like any other embossing ink. I mean, this is super generic, right? And yeah, after inking my my little cutout, okay, so I have a leaf here, and I even have like a little tag, okay, so you can basically ink wood. It'll work on anything. It'll work on paper, it'll work on wood. So all I've done was inked around the edges, and now I'm gonna take my little embossing pad here, and I'm just gonna like put the little object, or you know, the item, into my embossing ink and apply ink everywhere, right? Or it's not really ink, it's just like, it's like a clear I don't even know what embossing is really. What is embossment? It's like a clear substance that powder sticks to, and then it becomes like a shiny, glossy type of image. So besides that, So I think I got some good coverage on there. Besides that, I went the third extra mile and applied my Galaxy Gloss to the top of this. And it gave it that extra little glaze to it. And I think my little fall leaf came out pretty good. So I'm using my Tim Holtz embossing. So this is it here, the Tim Holtz Distress Embossing Glaze. All right, and this color is Tattered Rose. And here I have Rusty Hinge. Okay, so these are the colors that I picked these up at, I think it was like either Hobby Lobby or Joann's on clearance, and even that was still expensive. It was a 3-pack. This is Fired Brick. Okay, so yeah, and even then it was like probably $6 on clearance, guys. And I wasn't sure how to use it or what to do with it until I found these wooden leaves. So I have my glass mat tilted up so things will slide down on me, because I didn't want the glare of the multi ring lights. So yeah, I'm just gonna apply a little bit of this red right here on this edge, kind of like opposite to what I've done to the other one. And this again is Fired Brick, I believe. Yeah, Fired Brick embossing glaze. And you just tap away the excess, and what's left on your paper, you carefully pick this back up and put it back into your jar. Nothing is wasted, right? I love it. I mean, there will be some residue left behind, but it's all good. Next, I'm going to go in with my Rusty Hinge. And I'm just going to put a little bit of this right here in the middle. So I'm creating like this little ombre effect on these leaves. And these will go great in any junk journal, I think, anyway. So again, we're going to just tap off the excess. All right. And then this goes back into the jar. And then you'll have lots to clean up when you're done, so just keep that in mind, because this is a messy project, but it's a fun day Friday. I mean, it's a stress-free Saturday. And so I just need to do something that is stress-free, low maintenance, and once I'm done, I will just clean it all up and start the week all over again. So this is a Tattered Rose. And I went in a little heavy on this one because it started to scatter everywhere. So when that's adhered to the embossing, I will just tap that away. Whoops, and get the excess off of there. And then and then this will go back into the jar. Alright, so at this point, I am going to make a lot of noise with my heat tool. So I may fast forward this section. Alright, just keep that in mind. So here we go. Okay guys, so the idea of the heat tool on the embossing powder is to like crystallize it and give it its shiny edge to it. So once this is done processing, I will then go in with the Galaxy Gloss. This is I don't know who makes this. It's distributed by, well, Tesla Stamps Company is the company that I purchased it from, but scrapbookingusa.com. I know Galaxy Gloss is you can pick this up on Amazon. I mean, it's out there. It's mostly for you know, mixed media artists and stuff like that. So yeah, if you are interested, just keep an eye out for it. I picked this up when I was at the Stamp and Scrapbooking Expo. So yeah, anyway, I was looking at another product, or at least purchasing a different product on Amazon, but while I was at the expo, I saw this and I was like, oh yeah, this is exactly what I was looking for. So as this dries, I will, you know, just keep an eye on it. It will crystallize, and then, you know, it'll look really pretty. It'll have this glaze over it. So these are my two little fall leaves. Okay, those are what I'm working on. All right, so I have here this little tag. This is another wood tag. This is from Art Mine, so I picked this up at Michael's, probably in a pack of 3 for 99 cents or so. So I'm gonna do pretty much the same thing to it. Okay, and yes, I am again working on an angle, so things will slide down. Not to mention, this now has embossing powder all over it, so it makes everything just slide down. So yeah, I'm working with some different lighting today because I didn't want you guys to get ring light glare in your face. But you can still see I have a ring light right here. It's not on, but the one on my camera is. I got a couple more in the background. So yeah, I'm just working with different lighting just to, and I tilted my board as well, the glass mat. So anyway, let's just go ahead and get some embossing onto this. And I think there's a process. I think there is a method that you need to follow. So yes, first you ink around your edges, then you emboss, then you add your embossing powder, then you use your heat tool, and then you can do pretty much anything after that. So this time I'm not going to use Tim Holtz Glaze. I am going to use some of my own embossing powder. And this is just, I believe it's like a gunmetal color. So I'm just going to add just a little bit of that. And it's not the best. This is like real, like kit, you know, a pack of 30 different embossing colors or something like that. Like, it really was not like the best. As you can tell, it's not even coming out of the jar well. But I'm just gonna do a little bit of like a little bit of a mixed blend here. So this is the difference between Tim Holtz and cheap embossing powder. See the residue mark that it left? This was a completely white piece of paper when I was done with the leaf using the Tim Holtz glaze. Okay, so this was all white, and now I'm just doing the same thing, putting it back into the jar, and it's not working out the same way. So you just have to be mindful of the products that you purchase. If you, you know, if you're like me and want to do things on the inexpensive side, you will pay the price for it. It doesn't clean up well either, so just so you know, my mat is covered in cheap embossing. But it's all good. Like, you know, I'll just take some alcohol to it and clean it up in just a few. So here is some gold or rose gold from that same kit, and I'm just gonna use my finger and smush that out in areas around where the gunmetal is not. Okay. Oh, and then it just, do you see, it's like snowing in here right now. It's like all over the place, just like everywhere. It has risen through the air, and it's now like it's sparkly all over here. So again, choose your products wisely so that you don't regret it, you know. I don't mind, because I don't emboss often. I think my mom would probably mind, because she makes some of the most beautiful cards that you've ever seen, with, like, you know, crazy things like moving parts and all kinds of stuff. But and she embosses sometimes, I believe. But yeah, I'm just using a little brush, a little paintbrush, and blending in the embossing to each other, just to give it some interest. And now I will turn back on my heat tool and make some more noise. So alright guys, so this is what I've come up with, and you can always put a sentiment through here or what have you. Here's what I did with a little tag. Okay, so I embossed, well, first I inked it, then I embossed, then I spritzed it with some Tim Holtz Distress ink. And now we have this cute little tag right here. This was one of my prototypes that I did along with this leaf. So I think I'm going to do something similar with this one. And then this leaf right here just needs the Galaxy Glaze to be finished off. Alright, so let me move my prototypes out of the way, because this part gets very, very messy. So now I'm just going to go in with, I mean, as messy goes, right? I'm going to go in with some Tim Holtz alcohol ink, and just spritz it in various spots. I used yellow and red previously, and that's what I'm doing again. The red sprays out a little bit more. It's a little bit more, you know, I guess like deep, or what's the word? I don't know what word I'm looking for, but the red is just a lot more heavier than the yellow. So I do the yellow first, then I go in with the red, as heavy as it comes out, which is, I don't apply a lot. It just comes out, you know, very heavy. And then I go back over it with the yellow again. Okay, and I will use my alcohol blending solution just to get those colors to blend the reds and the yellows. Okay, and that'll do it on its own. There's nothing for me to do, and it has this like pretty rose gold hue in the background, so yeah, that looks really good. So I'll just add some more to the corners, and it's alcohol, right? So it'll dry because alcohol doesn't like oxygen. It'll just dry up on its own. And again, this is a very messy project. If you're not into the mess on a Saturday morning, I mean, this is what your fingers will look like when you're done. It's just a messy project, so I'm okay with that. So this will dry on its own. I could take it to the heat tool, but I won't. I'm just gonna go back to my other products that I need to add the Galaxy gloss to. So it's like a little nail polish type of applicator. Okay, it's like a nail polish applicator. I guess I said that already. And yeah, you just apply a very, very thin coat, because the thicker you apply it, the longer it takes to dry. So yeah, just a very thin coat all the way around. And yeah, it's kind of like self-leveling as well, so if you get it on too thick in one section, it'll find a way to level itself out so it's not like bubbling or uneven in certain areas. So yeah, I'm just applying a very thin coat, and wherever I've missed, I'll just go back in afterwards. And yeah, that's it. That's all it is. Okay. And I think, guys, I'm gonna leave you guys right here, because yeah, it's just a easygoing, stress-free Saturday project. If you guys give this a try, again, let me know, like, if you guys have an all year tree up, because I'm fascinated by it. I think it's interesting. Yeah, and then let me know if you guys are celebrating, if you do like a Halloween decoration and then take all that stuff down and do fall, or if you just strictly decorate for the fall and then go into Christmas and then Valentine's Day and St. Patty's Day and what have you. I think that's really cool. I think it's a cool thing to do. So yeah, just let me know. Alright guys, I'm gonna leave you here. Have a super crafty, stress-free Saturday. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. Check out my links down below. If you find value here, please share this channel with your friends and family. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, okay? So that I can give a bunch of stuff away again. Alright guys, love y'all. Thanks for subscribing. Talk to you later. Have a crafty day. Stay naturally curious. Bye.